Okay, next step is the process is reviewing levels. Um, what happens here is you will see a list of levels that you have in the Revit model. And for each level, there are a bunch of options. One of the other, ashtray cases is here, this geometry calculation. Do not change it. It should stay as extruded floors. Actually, this computational height is another one that you don't want to change. We added this initially for some cases that we saw, but neither of them are things that you need to change. So the ones that you want to know and you want to be aware of is one is geometry source is basically means what do you want to use as the source of geometry? Do you want the pollination rooms be based on Revit rooms? Do you want them to be based on Revit spaces, or do you want them to be based on Revit areas, right? In this case, and to help you, you can see the number of rooms, spaces, and areas. So this model has no spaces, it has rooms and areas. And we are going to use rooms, so that's why all of them are rooms. If you wanted to use areas, you have to change this to areas, right? That's how you just tell the software what to use as the source. The other thing that you need to set is the extrusion height. So this is a good moment to mention that when you have a model, you want to check and make sure you understand the double heights of spaces. So in this model, this is a double height space, right? Everything else is only a single one. You can use section box and other stuff or draw a section in Revit to make sure you understand the model. That hasn't changed, right? Like you still need to understand what are you modeling. Um, and once you know that, that will be helpful. So at this step, we are going to set the extrusion height to the number that most of the rooms will be extruded to. And then for the rooms that are different, we are going to overwrite that height. So here for entry level, you go from, this elevation to this, you can calculate the math, or you can right click here and select the next level, right? Two, and this one goes to third floor. This one goes to the roof, right? All the way. And these two, they don't have any rooms, so we're not going to export them. A couple of things here. One is you can hide levels without room spaces and areas. Sometimes, you get models and they have like so many levels for everything, top, bottom, like just some people like adding a lot of levels to the model, so this is helpful. The other one is if you use areas, you want to make sure you're using the correct area scheme, right? Because in Revit you can have different schemes, and then maybe you want even to create a scheme for pollination if you're using area and you're drawing area. So that's all you need to know. So rooms are here. I select the rooms. I select extrusion height. Before going to the next level, you go level by level, click on this plus, and create a floor plan. And if you have seen any other videos, and I think this is the same, like in workshops, I also say, raise your right hand and repeat after me, right? I go through the process and like never, just promise me never export multiple levels together until you get the hang of the software, because otherwise it will be confusing. So for your first models, just do level by level. It's much easier. Everything will be faster. You can do stuff better, right? Do level by level. So I just do this level. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to review the level. What do you want to make sure? So you just click on this plus, create the level. Make sure there is no room missing. There is no major room missing. So something like this, you can fix it in the model editor or something like this. If you want, you can add the rooms here. Particularly, this will be helpful in the future when you want to bring the results back because there's no room here. And when you create a model editor, there's nothing to put it back on, but you don't have to, right? You can just leave it at this, and I will leave it as this, and I'll show you how to fix that in model editor. Unless there is a major room that's really hard to build in model editor, and particularly the rooms that have windows. If you want to capture the windows with this workflow, we need the room to be placed. And this is correct about the spaces or areas, regardless of what you're using. Things like this, you can ignore, right? They're not that important. One item I want to talk about is if you want to put a room in, the way to do it is you go to under architecture, room, you click on this and we'll save it. And here it gives you the option to place it. You click and it will put a room wherever you click, right? It's as simple as that. So now sometimes you might click and you see the room was not did not place. Like you get usually a square that's just like it stays in the middle of nowhere. So that's happening because the way Revit works is finds all the room bounding elements. And if the room bounding elements are not enclosed, if there is a gap somewhere, then it cannot create the room for you. It kind of leaks. So you have to find the leak and fix it. And that's where the this comes in for drawing room separation lines. We have a functionality here exactly for this. So it's hard for you to go select every elements, like every wall, and then check here in properties to see if it's room bounding or not. So to do that, you can click on this show bounding. And for the view that you have, it will color everything that's room bounding in this, orange-ish, brownish color, right? And that makes it much easier to check and see, which element is not room bounding and where the leak might be. So you could use a suppression line. You can click on height bounding for it to go back to the standard styling. One thing that you might have noticed, all these columns are room bounding. So should you care about them? No, it's okay. We'll fix it in the model editor. You can just leave it as is. So this is all you need. So I just reviewed first level. Then I'm going to go ahead and review the second level. So plus, create floor plan, excuse me, plus create floor plan. So on second level, you see it's kind of the same. It's only these smaller ones missing. There is another one missing here, which is small. So I'm going to ignore. On third one, on the other hand, we have one that is really large and it's missing. So for this one, I need to put a room. One thing that I want you to pay attention is now the number of rooms are 27. I'm going to place a room. You can go to architecture and room, or you can press RM, which is the shortcut for room. So now I'm already, oops, I clicked several times in the wrong place. So I could just move this, move the name tag to. For some reason, everything is starting to get really slow, which it shouldn't because we're not doing anything. So this is a corridor, right, like this one, and we just placed it here. Now, if I go here, you'll see that the number of rooms went to 28. You might be thinking why it doesn't count this room because this room is not really placed. This is the one that I was saying that you put a room that is somewhere that there are not room mounting elements around it and it just stays there.